Welcome to the AI for RevOps crash course taught by me, Pretorius. The overarching goal of this course is to get you comfortable with the AI skills that are going to lead the next wave in revenue operations. We're going to cover skills like model context protocol, calling LLMs via API, fine-tuning, tool calling, and multi-agent workflows. Each of these skills will be applied to real revenue operations use cases, and there will be GitHub templates shared so that you can easily modify code to make it your own and add immediate value to your business. The biggest lie that I'll tell about this course is that it's a crash course. It will take between 18 to 20 hours to complete the course, and there's 11.5 hours worth of video alone. Extra time will be needed outside of watching the videos to follow along, update the code, test the code, and customize it for your use case. As you can probably tell, this is going to be a very code and API heavy course. So before starting, I recommend that you get comfortable with knowing how to program with a large language model as your coding partner, and that you're familiar with using GitHub. If you're new to programming with an LLM, and you're also new to GitHub, I recommend taking the Python for RevOps crash course first, so that you can get comfortable with both of these. And also, if you're new to API requests, then I recommend taking the Demystify the API crash course to get a gentle introduction as to what APIs are and how you can use them in your workflows. And another point I'll make is that although I use OpenAI's APIs throughout this course, the GitHub templates are set up so that it's very easy to swap in different LLM providers like Anthropic or Gemini. So bringing your own LLM is no problem. The very first lesson will teach us how to call an LLM via API so that we can categorize attribution data. Next, we'll take a look at the fine-tuning interface so that we can fine-tune a model based on our own revenue operations data so that we can get more accurate results for our use cases, such as job title to persona matching and improving spam form fill detection. Then we'll leverage the power of the Batch API to process up to 50,000 records at once at 50% of the cost of using the regular synchronous API. Then we're going to take a look at the native tools that OpenAI offers for our agents, as well as building our own custom tools. The example we'll use in this lesson is building an automated ICP scoring workflow that will use OpenAI's native tools to research an account on the web and see how this account compares to our ICP by using the file search tool to look up our ICP documentation in a knowledge base. And then we'll also have our own custom tool for enriching the person using the Clearbit API. And then using the web research, the enriched information, and our ICP documentation, we'll make a decision as to whether this account is a good fit for our company. In lesson number 5, we're going to be seeing how we can build our own custom MCP server so that we can give our AI agent access to Salesforce, Marketo, and Gmail functions so that it can help us triage MQLs and send them emails, all from the comfort of Slack. Next, we're going to be building an email support agent that will have access to support documentation in a knowledge base, and it will query our Gmail inbox to find new emails. It will then analyze these new emails and then send customers answers to their questions. We're then going to go omni-channel by building in SMS and phone functionality so that we can have an AI agent that can qualify leads. It can book meetings using the Google Calendar API, and it can log updates and tasks to Salesforce. All of the previous lessons will deal with one agent at a time, but often for revenue operations use cases, we'll need to tie multiple specialist agents together to achieve a certain outcome. So in lesson number 8, we're going to compare 3 different methods of orchestrating AI workflows, and the example we'll use is triaging contact sales requests using 3 specialist agents, one to do inquiry analysis, one for qualification, and one for email generation. And finally, in lesson number 9, we're going to stitch together everything we learned in the previous 8 lessons to build a fully autonomous AI salesperson that works around the clock and can speak any language. So a bit about me and why you can trust what I have to say about AI in revenue operations. I'm fortunate to work for a very AI-forward company who have been encouraging us to use AI ever since the launch of ChatGPT in 2023. We had a company-wide hackathon in April 2023, and this is when I built an AI-powered automated ICP scoring workflow. And more recently, since January 2024, my full-time job has been building an AI salesperson for my company. And that's why my job title has transitioned from being a marketing operations specialist to being a full-time RevOps AI engineer. So over the past 2 years, in the course of building this AI salesperson, I've gained exposure and experience with a lot of the AI tools I'll be teaching in this course, such as model context protocol, fine-tuning, the batch API, tool calling, and multi-agent workflows. And not only do I know the AI side of things, I also know the revenue operations side of things. I've been working in revenue operations for more than 7 years now, and in the past 3 years, I've been seeing how we can bring AI into our CRMs and our marketing automation platforms so that we can save time, increase revenue, reduce errors, and make better decisions faster. And not only that, I'm also a 3 times Marketo champion, so I know what it takes to build best-in-class revenue operations workflows. And that's exactly the perspective that I've brought to this course. This isn't theory. This is the result of years spent solving real RevOps problems using AI and automation. Okay, so now that you know what the course is about and you know a little bit more about me, let's take a sneak peek at what taking the course would look like. So if you go up here to AI for RevOps, you scroll down, you'll then have the option to log in if you've registered for the course before, or if you haven't, just fill out your email and you can optionally tell me how you heard about the course too. I'm going to go to login here and pause the video while I do that. Once logged in, you'll notice that the navigation bar here changes. So if you click on Lessons, AI for RevOps, you will be brought to the internal landing page, and you can click on the course tile here. The video I'm recording now will go here. Then we've got some lesson resources, information about unlocking your certificate, and then pushing to production once you've tested out all your AI workflows. I'll click into the first lesson here, where we've got an introductory video, and we've got a summary of all the topics we are going to cover. And then we've got all the resources we'll use in the different topics. I'll click into the first topic here. Each topic is structured the same, where there's a video and a summary. And if there are any resources we'll cover in the topic, they will be included here as well. Once you've completed all the topics associated with the lesson, you'll then go to complete the quiz. So I'll pause the video here while I answer the rest of these questions. After completing the quiz, you'll be able to see how many of the questions you got right. You will need to get all of the questions correct in order to move on to the next lesson. However, don't be intimidated by this. I'm not trying to catch you out or trick you. All of the questions should be pretty straightforward once you've watched the videos, and you will be able to retake the quiz as many times as you want. Once you get all the questions correct, you can then move on to the next lesson and take all of the topics within that lesson. And finally, after you've completed all 9 lessons and taken all of the quizzes associated with those lessons, you'll then unlock the coveted AI for RevOps Crash Course certificate, which you will then be able to share from your LinkedIn profile. Another benefit of taking the course is that you'll get access to the Workflow Pro Slack community and the dedicated AI for RevOps channel, where you'll be able to ask any questions you have about the course, but you'll also be able to talk with your peers about AI in revenue operations in general. And I'll also be available as a resource both during the course and even after you graduate to answer any questions you might have about AI, revenue operations, Python, or APIs. Now that you know what the course is about, I hope I've given you some insight into how AI is transforming revenue operations, and I hope I've got you excited about being part of this next wave. So what are you waiting for? Let's get started.